As many of us fans know, the NBA is a star-driven league where fans want to see their favorite players on the court. Players such as LeBron, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, and many more players that bring in a lot of eyeballs. But we also have some really good players in the NBA who aren't so recognized by the fans. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 most underrated players in the NBA today. Cue the intro. Number 5, we got Austin Reaves on the Los Angeles Lakers. Austin Reaves had himself one hell of a season in 2023, but let's go back to when he first started in the NBA. Reaves made his debut for the LA Lakers in the 2021-22 season and put up around 7 points off the bench. Most of us fans thought he was just another average bench player, but in the 2022-23 season, Reaves took his game to a whole new level. Although Reaves only started 22 out of 64 games this season, the games he did start in, he didn't waste his opportunity. With LeBron getting hurt with a foot injury and the Lakers desperately fighting for a playoff spot, the Lakers went to Reaves and he didn't disappoint. As a starter this season in the 22 games he's played, Austin averaged 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and shot 51% from the field, 40% from deep, and 89% from the free throw line. If he shot 90% from the line, he would have put himself in the elite 50-40-90 club in just his second season in the league. Reaves also didn't disappoint in his playoff debut against the Memphis Grizzlies, putting up 23 points on 61% from the field. Even though Austin Reaves is already 24 years old, he's playing like a veteran already with his ability to draw fouls, his vision on the court, and his unbelievably efficient shooting. The Lakers found themselves a gem, as LeBron even stated that he knew Reaves would be great from day one. Strong words from the King. I'm excited to see how Reaves performs for the remainder of this year's playoffs, and he's the Lakers' secret weapon. And he's well on his way to receiving a big payday this offseason, which he definitely deserves. Number 4, we got Desmond Bane on the Memphis Grizzlies. Desmond Bane was drafted 30th overall by the Boston Celtics in 2020, but got traded to the Memphis Grizzlies before he even made his NBA debut, so the Celtics would be under the luxury tax. Bane didn't have the most impressive rookie season, putting up just 9 points and 3 boards per game. But the one good takeaway from his rookie season was that he shot 43% from deep and on 3.5 attempts per game. Now in just his third season, Bane has established himself as one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, shooting about 40% from deep this season. Not only that, but he also helped the Memphis Grizzlies secure the 2nd seed in the Western Conference 2 years in a row. Playing behind Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., Bane doesn't get the most spotlight out of Memphis, as Jackson was this year's Defensive Player of the Year, and Morant is a multiple-time All-Star and All-NBA player. Desmond Bane finished 2nd in Most Improved Player voting in 2022, finishing right behind his teammate Ja Morant. Bane went from averaging 9 points his rookie season to 18 in his sophomore year, and this year, his 3rd season in the league, he averaged a career-high 21 points per game with 5 rebounds. Not only is Desmond Bane one of the best shooters in the league, but if he can keep this up for years to come, Bane can put himself in the company of the greatest shooters of all time, as he averaged 3 made threes per game while shooting over 40% from deep. I can see Desmond Bane picking up multiple All-Star appearances in the future, as he's currently one of the best shooters in the league, well on his way to becoming one of the greatest shooting guards in the league. And being only 24 years old, he's got a ton of time ahead of him. Number 3, we got De'Aaron Fox on the Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox is one of the quickest, most electrifying point guards in the NBA today. He's got insane speed and one of the best mid-range jumpers in the NBA, making him one of the toughest players to guard in the league. But what makes De'Aaron Fox so underrated, as he just won 2023's Clutch Player of the Year award and made his first All-Star appearance as well. Well, Fox was drafted 5th overall by the Sacramento Kings in 2017, and yes, the Kings actually made a good draft pick. But De'Aaron took no time to acclimate to the NBA, as he was averaging 17 points and 7 assists in just his 2nd season. The very next season though, he would up his points to 21 points per game at just 21 years old. What kept Fox so under the radar though, was the state the Sacramento Kings were in a couple years ago. Fox has had All-Star season after All-Star season since 2020, but the Kings always having a losing season and not even being close to the playoffs didn't help bring any eyeballs to this team. But in 2023 though, this has changed, as Fox made his first All-Star appearance and helped his Sacramento Kings reach the playoffs for the first time since 2006. And Fox took no time to waste to show his skills in the playoffs, averaging 31 points per game in his first 4 playoff games. I'd still consider Fox underrated, as he's been averaging 20 plus for 4 straight seasons, but seemed to get little to no recognition until this year's playoffs arrived. Fox is just 25 years old and still got a bunch of time to develop his game even further and help the Kings reach multiple playoff appearances in the years to come. Number 2, we got Jalen Brown on the Boston Celtics. If Jaylen Brown didn't play beside Jason Tatum, who knows how many points he would average. He could arguably be the leading scorer in the NBA. Jaylen was drafted 3rd overall by the Boston Celtics in 2016, but only averaged 6 points per game his rookie season as he didn't get that many minutes. 4 years later, and Jaylen would make his first All-Star team at just 24 years old. That season in 2021, he put up 25 points and 6 rebounds per game. Even though Brown is an unreal player with his incredible shot-making ability and underrated finishing around the rim, he doesn't seem to get as much recognition as he deserves. This is obviously because of Tatum, who's the team's #1 option, deservingly so, and Brown also tends to be a quiet guy who we don't hear talk that much in general. Brown was a massive factor for the Celtics making the finals in 2022 and played very well in the finals, but wasn't enough to bring the championship back to Boston. Brown picked up his 2nd All-Star appearance this season after being snubbed in 2022, putting up 26 points and 7 rebounds per game. And with how the Celtics have been rolling this season, let's see if Jaylen Brown can help the Celtics win a title this postseason. But what makes Jaylen so underrated is how good he is offensively, and he's not even the #1 option on this team. He's got unreal handles, a consistent jump shot from the 3 and the mid-range, and can play elite defense on top of all that with his long 6'6" frame. Jaylen is not the most outspoken player, which keeps him so under the radar, but Jaylen definitely deserves a spot on this list of one of the most underrated players in the league currently. Number 1, we got Jalen Brunson on the New York Knicks. Another very underrated Jalen. Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, is the most underrated player in the league at this moment. Let me just read out his stats this season. 24 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 49% from the field and 41% from deep, and he wasn't even an All-Star this season. Jalen Brunson even helped his New York Knicks reach the playoffs with 47 wins. Jalen started his career with the Dallas Mavericks, being drafted their 33rd overall in 2018. He put up decent numbers, averaging around 10 points off the bench his first 3 seasons. In 2022, Jalen went up his scoring average to 16 points from 12 in 2021, and in the 2022 playoffs with Luka hurt in the opening round against the Utah Jazz, Jalen did not waste his opportunity to show his true talent. He put the Mavs on his back at the beginning of the series, and even put up 41 points in Game 2 to even the series at 1 apiece. Even with Luka back, Jalen Brunson was a perfect complementary player beside him as he always was looking to make the right play. In the 2022 offseason though, the Mavs decided not to re-sign Brunson as he was a restricted free agent, and he signed with the New York Knicks for 4 years, $104 million. Almost everybody in the NBA thought this was the worst signing ever, as Brunson was not worth that much, but Brunson proved everybody wrong as he was one of the best point guards in the league this season. Even during the regular season, we all thought it was a fluke with how well Brunson was performing, and this definitely played in his All-Star snub as he 100% should have been there. Jalen Brunson is the point guard every fan wishes they had on their team, as he's well above average in his efficiency, has unreal handles, very high basketball IQ, and is undoubtedly one of, if not the most underrated player in the NBA today. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you like this video and want to see more content just like this one, drop a like and subscribe, and leave a comment on any other players you think should have made this list or future video ideas. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.